Hello and welcome to Mickey Art. My name's Michelle Edhouse and I am playing with this super runny paint again. I know, it's weird. I'm using runny paint, not just runny paint. So, once again, I'm using a small 7.5 inch record, or single as we call them. And one of the things that I have been wondering about is how different a spiral pour looks if I use that super runny paint. Now, some of you will know that I have done a number of spiral pours with varying degrees of result. So this is my spring house paint. I really do think that Bunnings should sponsor me. This is super cheap paint. It is like, I think they probably are sponsoring me already by the price it is. But this is, and this is extremely cheap for New Zealand, by the way. But it's like $42 for a 10 litre pail, which is, what's 10 litres? About 2.5 gallon, somewhere around there. So, I'm dreaming of a funky, cool painting. And as with all, let me see if I can get this to actually show on camera. But no, probably not. As with all spiral pours, well, most people start with white in the bottom of their cup for one reason and one reason only. They want a glowing center focus. And then I'm going to put that, and then, okay, so what are those colors? Now that my brain is working again, deep turquoise and viridian hue, which, as you guys know, I'm really enjoying at the moment. Let me just turn the light on because it's getting dark here. Not dark, but just darker. Alright, so a spiral pour is basically where you sit in the middle and draw little tiny circles with your left hand, which is not functioning. I'm useless at spiral pours. Why did I put my left hand as my creation space there? I don't know. I'm right-handed, so it's really not surprising that I'm not doing very good at this with my left hand. Maybe I'm making this one for my mommy. It's her birthday tomorrow. Well, it'll already been her birthday by the time you guys see this, but okay, so we have something happening in there. There is silicone in the two colours, but not in the white. So let's just pop any air bubbles and invite any silicone to come up to the top. You can't see my torch because it's huge. See, look, it's really big, and the flame it kicks out is huge as well, so I wasn't showing you that. So we've got some cells happening down in this part here, so let's stretch those out and see what we get. And if we lose this part over here, which is just basically plain colour, I'm not overly unhappy about that. Stretch it out that way, and it's just sliding around on our negative space a bit. So let's get it over the edge in a couple of places so that we can pull it back. It's doing weird stuff where it runs over and then I pull it back. So I'm just gonna ask it to do a really slow dribble. Try and cover all those weird spots up. Don't want to lose all the green because that's pretty funky. But we've got some cool cells in there. What do you reckon? I'm just not sure what's required to maybe with it sitting flat I can pull the green down over the edge somehow. Maybe. What do you reckon? Because I'm not excited about these large white bits on the edge. Someone out there is saying, well, why did you put the white on in the first place? Because that helps the paint to move around without rolling over on itself. Because if it's running into dry land, it's a bit like waves, it rolls over on itself. And then you lose all the prettiness that's on the edge. Just saw a little blackbird go past out on the deck. Yes, Australians, I said deck. I didn't mean what you think I meant. Giggle all you like, I can hear you. there's this ongoing giggle fest between Australians and New Zealand when each of us says deck, as in, you know, that thing that's outside your house made of wood that you sit on in the sun. It, to the other ear, it sounds like we're saying a word that means genitalia. Am I being careful enough with my words? Am I allowed to say genitalia? Okay. Oh, so you can't see all of it, sorry. The other word that tends to cause rather amount of mirth is the number that comes between 5 and 7. Different accents make it sound different. Tends to be that E sound that creates the mirth. Alright, I'm quite happy with that. My fingers are dirty, but I'm happy with my painting. So, I'm just gonna let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, oh let it be. Whisper words of wisdom. Let it be. Certainly not a Beatles record under here, that's for sure, thank goodness. I'm not sure I could paint on a Beatles record, to be honest. I can do Rod Stewart, that's fine. I'm not sure about Beatles. One more torch. Oh, look at all those bubbles. Should I bring you down and show you what I've got? Should I? Trying to do a Pommy accent now. Is it very good? What is that? London. Alright, love. I'll get you down then. Alright. It's quite funky. Funky and fun, that's what I say. I wish those little bubbles hadn't popped and shown right through. That annoys me a little bit. But I do like it. I like it a lot. All these cells and jumbly lines. Oh great. Huh. The neighbour's just started up the weed eater. Oh well, let's leave it at that, and I'll let this dry and come back to you with the dry result. See you real soon. In 3, 2, 1. Alright, here it is. Looking very pretty from a distance. And when you come up closer, you start to see that, just like yesterday's video, where it's hit that undercoat, it's really not a happy chippy. So this one really makes me feel like it is the undercoat that's caused the problems that I have, rather than it being the mix itself. So The cool thing about this is most of the problems with this one are actually where it is a single colour. So what I'm going to do is grab those single colours and a paintbrush and just touch them up. It's one of the cool things about the separateness of these colours in this painting. Don't really like that one too much. Can I just soften those out a bit? Not completely, just soften them. Alright, and the rest of them are in the Viridian Hue. So, and I don't actually like this white bit on the edges either. I might take a couple of coats of this to completely clear that out, but I'm just gonna do that, take it round and let it dry, then do another coat, just like any other form of painting. And so guys, if at the end you have patches that are not quite what you were after, you can go in with a brush. You can add funky bits. You can paint over bits. You can even pour over a whole painting. If you are going to pour over a painting that has silicone in it, I highly recommend that what you do is you clean it. You let it sit for a good couple of weeks till about when you would have normally varnished, and then go back in and wash it as if you're going to varnish, as if you were going to resin it, and then that's when then you can paint over it. If of course you decide straight away that you hate it, you never want to see it again, just wash it down the sink. It's the quickest way to get rid of anything if it's still wet. And then you can wash all the silicone off at that point too. But make sure you get that silicone off, because you can go back in my video history and you'll find a triangular one which I did not clean properly, and you'll see what happens. It's quite funky results actually, if that's what you're after. Sure wasn't in that video for me, but so that's the first coat. Super quick, but all of that is going to be repainted until it's no longer sticking out. And it won't look quite so horrendously cracked once that's all been done. You can see already that it's already starting to look a lot nicer. So I really like this one. It reminds me of looking up from the sea depths when you're diving or just out for a swim, and you look up and you see that beautiful series of bubbles you're letting out, spiraling up to the surface. Yeah, stunning, stunning, stunning. Anyway guys, that's it for this video, and hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you again in another video by you subscribing. If you did enjoy it, please give me a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments what you liked, what you didn't like, and you know what, just always remember, kindness is sometimes what you don't say. I adore you all, and I'll see you in another video. Bye bye.